All right. I think we should be live. I think we should be up and running. Let me make sure audio is all set before we get started. Give me 1 second, y'all. Make sure. Oof. I'm like, does this lotion on my face rubbed in? It's Motions. What's good? Bro say he got the ramen with the soft boiled eggs. He ready. Make sure y'all can hear me. I bet y'all can hear me. Sounds like everything's all good. What is good, y'all? We back. One Piece Chapter 1137. Shamrock takes the stage here. Felix, what's going on? Happy to see y'all coming through for the stream. Listen, you see the name of the stream. I know the name of the stream. Unfortunately, I did not have the pleasure of being able to avoid some spoilers this time around for Chapter 1137, y'all. For the most part, I have been able to really avoid spoilers for the manga for One Piece fairly easily. Not the easiest thing in the world, but I haven't necessarily been plagued over the past, when did I catch up to One Piece? End of 2018 in May. Manga only after that, because I caught up at the Reverie. But this one, I couldn't avoid. I don't know all the details. I've seen images, but I'm looking forward to seeing how things unveil for 1137. Because, listen, I could pull a King of Lightning. I could start being like, cue the Katakuri music. Da na 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 na. Da na na da na 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 na. You know what I mean? Cue the music. But Chapter 1137, Shamrock takes the stage. I'm ready to get into it. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. If you want to see me talk more about this chapter when the official release comes out, make sure you subscribe to Moon Piece Podcast with my co-hosts Danny and Kimmy to hear us talk more anime, manga, and all things in between. And see me chop it up instead of it's just me by myself talking to the screen. You can see me actually talk to people and people debate my opinions and call me stupid. But yeah, make sure you guys do all of that. Without any further ado, let's just get into it, y'all. Felix like, okay, Cole. Listen, bro. Cole needs to bring back hitting that Katakuri theme. He needs to start bringing back the Katakuri intro. Glory is he with the little Samuel L. Jackson intro he used to do. Bring that back, bro. Bring that back. That shit used to be funny as hell. All right. Chapter 1137. Shamrock takes the stage. Okay, Onichild Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 23, infiltrating the mysterious hidden base. Yamato is doing something, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, Yamato and Otama sneaking in to what seems to be Who's base, because it's Who's face on it. But who's running this base? Maybe it's not Who's. Maybe they're just using Who's Who for clout. Who knows? And we see a bunch of like people with the gifter. I think these are gifters, maybe. I'm not sure exactly, but these are people that were definitely in Kaido. Why am I forgetting that man's name? Kaido, because he's nobody. He's forgotten. Yeah. All right. Solid. What are they gonna do? What are they up to? We'll see. Otama and Yamato do something. Okay. The home of the late king, Elbaf, Quest Castle. In the 14 years since King Harold's death, no one has come near this castle. So, what's going on here? The door looks like it's been busted open. What happened to the guards? Oh, wow. So nobody's come here since in 14 years? What? Something's wrong? It was broken from the inside. Why would intruders do that? Okay, so King Harold died 14 years ago. Loki was locked up, 6 years ago? It was something about that timeline seems wonky. It was broken from the inside. Why would intruders do that? Only one way to find out. Let's go. Nami is like, no, bro. The key. Where's the key? The damage looks recent. Luffy not even thinking about it. Zoro's like, wait, this is unnerving. This place is huge. The fact that Road is now the one traveling with us after all the shenanigans. Oda. Not traveling with us, you know what I mean? But he's the one on this little adventure with us. Like, he looks shook. Meanwhile, as a giant, and we just regular humans like, yeah, it's lit. I can barely see the ceiling. This is way too vast to be walkable. Hey, Rodo, you know where the key is? No, I'm just a run-of-the-mill guy. I've never been in here before. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Yo, why is she manipulated, broski? Really, Namitaso? Agreed. Now get moving. Oh, man, this is classic Straw Hat shenanigans. This is like the beginning of the series. I feel like we back in the East Blue. Well, not really. Road only coming for Nami more likely. 100%. It's just funny to, like, see how Elbaf started and bro was, like, on our body, like, making things horrible for us and annoying. And now he's just a simp. It's kind of funny. Wow. What a castle. Being here is thrilling and terrifying. Everything's falling to pieces. Is this the intruder's handiwork? No. This battle damage has been here ever since Loki killed King Harold. Thud. 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 Damn, look at how big this cat. Yo, Oda is fucking cooking with Elbaf, like, details in these castles, bro. Oh, this is going to go so hard in the anime, guys. This is going to go so hard. This took some serious destructive power. Loki is a monster, and King Harold was renowned as a great warrior. This damage was inevitable. What? They're so big. Huh? This is scary. Are they? This place is covered with giant skeletons. The castle once had numerous guards. On that day, around 100 of them stood ready to kill Loki, but only one survived, Lord Jarul. After that tragedy happened here, coming to this site was forbidden. Jesus Christ. It's a den for vengeful spirits. Hey guys, look over here. This skull's enormous. It's also got horns. These belong to someone with ancient giant warrior blood. There are no longer any pure-blooded members of the clan, but their blood still flows in some of us. I wonder if he knew Oars. Oars! Like King Harold, who was larger and stronger than most. Oh, look above you. How nostalgic. Wait, it's also got horns. This belongs to someone with ancient, no, blah, blah, blah. But their blood still flows in some of us. I wonder if he knew, like, King Harold, who was... Oh, so King Harold had some of ancient giant warrior blood in him. Okay, got it. Oh, look above you. How nostalgic. That's a portrait of King Harold, the man who tried to form peaceful bonds with the outside world, said to be Elbaf's strongest king. He sure looks strong. He looks sus, too. King Harold is an op. I'm saying it now. He was trying to destroy Elbaf and give up all of our natural resources for political gain. King Elbaf cannot be trusted. Do not believe in the propaganda, ladies and gentlemen. You must do your own research so you can understand the plight that King Harold is trying to put onto our great nation of Elbaf. He is trying to make us weaker. And Loki took care of the problem. I sounded crazy just now. He sure looks strong. Those scars in his head mark where his ancient giant horns were. Makes wonder if any of them knew Oars Jr. Maybe. Word, because I'm like, yo, Oars Jr., son, when you rewatch Marineford, Oars Jr. really went through it, bro. Oars Jr. really went through it. Those scars on his head marked where his ancient giant horns were before he ripped them out. He believed the ancient giants were relics from a war-torn era. He had horns? What conviction. That's why Loki got them horns, boy. I like how they are low-key Or's descendants. Yeah, like we're not going to see like another Or's, but we're seeing like Or's bloodline, essentially. Laughing myself. Jay said Loki on some make Elbaf great again. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, that's what he's on. That's what he's on. What conviction? What conviction? After the king's death, the country fell into despair. Shade, I will watch the stream afterward. All good, all good. Check it out whenever you can. Sadly, the one with the biggest grudge against Loki was naturally King Harold's other son, Hadrian. Whoa, seriously? He's Loki's brother? They have different mothers. Before marrying the queen, Hadrian was born to a different woman. However, Elbaf would never have recognized Hadrian's mother as its queen in any case. Oh, no. Not the bastard. Not the Jon Snow. That's why bro was like, all right, man, whatever. Why? She was born in a different giant country. What giant country? Its motions. Hadrian might be an op? I don't know. I don't know about that. But that would be crazy. I don't think Hadrian is an op, though. She was born in a different giant country. What does that matter? They were both giants, right? They were both giants. But you can't talk when you humans kill each other all the time over land. Nigga, Zoro had to shut up. He said, I suppose. Nigga told Zoro, you can't talk. Humans? The shit y'all do? Y'all fight over land. He's like, you got it. You got it. That nigga Zoro was humble just now. That nigga said, heard you, King. I wasn't woke. I didn't have my third eye open. They say having children with a giant from another land taints the blood of Elbaf. He's like, y'all racist too. Yo, that's what's crazy. He calling Zoro out. He's like, Zoro, we all know you racist. Zoro, you can't talk. We know you racist. We know that you are the minority hunter, my G. We know. You can't say nothing. They say having children with a giant from another land taints the blood of Elbaf. Seems giant can be just as bigoted as anyone else. Not everyone's as pure as you, Nami Tasso. Don't suck up to me, trash. Huh? Don't suck up to me, trash. Why join Hadrian's crew if you think he has tainted blood? Well, you're such a creepy nerd, Roto. Wah. This is amazing. You can draw sea charts? You gotta show me how. Let's be friends. Huh? Friends? Aw, this is his only friend when he's getting made fun of for being a weirdo. He was always so earnest and straightforward, unlike me. He never lived in the castle growing up. His father may have been king, but his mother was ostracized. He endured a lot and still said this: one day, I'm going to unite all the giant tribes. Yo, he really want Nami, bro. OD. He really want that Nami. Nah, he just want to pay her. He just want to be a simp. He just trying to cash out. He trying to get his coin. He's a nasty boy, y'all. He's a nasty boy. I'm going to be king of the giants. I'm going to be king of the giants. Woo! I know you're the man that can do it. Hadrian. I want to make his dream a reality. That kind of boring motivation is nothing new to me. Bro said that kind of boring motivation is nothing new to me. Yo, Zoro, chill. Hey, this way. I found some knocked out giants. Uh-oh. Realm of the dead. Ha! Do you finally understand? This is only because I can't move from this spot. Well, they beating the shit out of Loki. The result would be the same even if you could. You commoner. We talking nasty. We talking greasy. Let's go stab. Let's go stab and Gunko. Yo, what is her ability, bro? What the fuck is her ability? Why her legs so long? We are offering you a chance at divinity. Most die squirming in vain. Sean, what's good, yo? Just for the slightest chance to attain such an honor. What is this girl ability? Listen, man, I'm leaning towards the mummy fruit, the vector fruit. I don't even know any. The bandage fruit. I don't even know. Or is this just some emo ability? Is it not even a fruit? All right, one of her little thorns, a little arrow, tails or whatever, is sticking out the ground. Crap. This again? What is it going to do to Loki? So, you're going to let loose a full speed kick to the right side of my face. It'll turn me sideways. Then, you'll uppercut me. Thanks for giving me notice. These arrows show the trajectory of my future. The outcome is unavoidable. Only I can stop it before it happens. What the fuck? What? These arrows show the trajectory of my future. The outcome is unavoidable. So can Loki see? Even with these bandages? So you're going to let loose a full speed kick to the right side of my face. Or is this conquer? Is this like observation hockey? Just say the word, Loki. Will you join God's Knights? Yo, son. I refuse. You fool. Oh, my God. Here she comes. Right kick. Ugh. Toma. Swinging down. Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Whoo. Jaw going up. Grr. Stab. Is she getting stabbed with the arrows? Hack. Hack. Jesus Christ. Even all the animals is cooked, bro. Huh? Damn it. You'll pay for this. Stop. Enough already. Well, will you become a God's Knight? Yo, Gunko not playing, bro. Bleh. He said that. Now he's screaming, Gwah! Oh my God. Loki getting washed right now, y'all. Okay, there goes that sword. It's all right, Gunko. Let's change our tact. Contact Mary Joie. Up, there he goes. That's two hands. Not every piece ends up being useful. I wanted to go about this more shrewdly, but I guess not. Not yielding, even if it means death. Do we chalk this up to faith? Captain of God's Knights, world noble, Fingerling Shamrock, son of Elder Fingerling Garland. 2 hands, no skull in the face. This is Garland's son. Shanks is either a twin brother or a twin. We have a name, ladies and gentlemen. SHAMROCK. SHAMROCK. No more stab, no more slash. We have a name. It was an S. Shanks and Shamrock. I wonder what those two have in common with each other. And then God's Night Gunko, the arrow fruit. Okay, I guess that's like close to the vector fruit, right? Long ago, the savage warriors of Elbath dominated the new world. The world government will bring them to heel no matter what. God's Knights have mobilized, and that's the end of the chapter. Eiichiro Oda. Ladies and gentlemen, he, she's, they, thems, however you identify as. Chapter 1136. Sean, I don't know when we're going to get a Shamrock leader. I don't know when we're going to get a Shamrock card, but the One Piece card game, the God's Knight archetype is going to go nuts. The 5 Elders archetype is going to go nuts. The world government archetype is going to go nuts. These are going to be black cards. These are going to reduce costs. These are going to KO. There's going to be so much things happening. Chapter 1137. Finally, from chapter 906, we've been trying to figure something out. What is good with this nigga Shanks? And 1137, what is this? 130 chapters later? No, I'm lying. Because 130 was 1,000. 230 chapters? Is that 230 chapters later? Yo, math is crazy. Oh my God, 230 chapters later, we finally get an answer to what is Shanks' deal? And it wasn't even Shanks. Now, I have my own thoughts about Shamrock and Shanks and Fingerling Garland, but I'll save that for the end of this little recap. But chapter 1137, cover story, we see Yamato and Otama pulling up to this base, this hidden base that has who's face on the front. Now, is who's running this base? We don't know for sure. I can't say. Maybe somebody's using who's name and face for clout. But we see that there are some of Kaido's old, people that used to be part of his crew in there because they got like the stupid like mask on their head, bro. Who knows? Who knows? There's people in the chat saying after this chapter, it's Dragon time. If there's one thing I'm not doing, is holding out hope for Dragon. He's going to be looking east. Is that east? Maybe this is east. That way is east. I don't know. I don't got hope for what Dragon's going to do, but I know he's going to do something eventually, right? Hopefully. But the chapter opens up. We finally pull up to the Quest Castle, which is actually where King Haru died 14 years ago. No one has come near the castle. We have Road, we have Zoro, we have Nami and Luffy, our original trio to start the Straw Hat crew. Well, Nami technically didn't join the crew yet if you want to be facetious, but don't be an asshole. We're talking on YouTube, guys. Let me just yap. So we pull up to the castle. We see there's some damage and some wreckage and things like that, and we're assessing the situation, but Luffy don't care. Luffy don't give no dams. Like, you know what I mean? He just running through. He's like, where's the key? We got to find the key. And Zoro's like, this damage looks more recent than late. I don't know. And Ro is like, nobody really be here. And this vibe is pretty unnerving. Now, the details that Oda put into this castle, what he's doing in Elbaf, you know he been looking forward to this. You know he been looking forward to this because the details of the castle, showing the expansive sizes of everything, he is doing a good job. Traditionally, Oda does a horrible job in regards to scaling of people and things, and he doesn't. It's hard to really keep up. You know what I mean? He has characters of all different sizes. It's not like most other manga or anime where everybody's kind of like the same height and things like that. So we pull up to the castle. Ro don't want to be in here because he ain't never been in here. He's still sucking up to Nami, and Nami's still giving him the, yeah, thanks for bringing us, but don't be sucking up to me type vibes. That's the whole way through. Like, bro is really the number one simp. He is the biggest tipper on Nami's OnlyFans. I take that back. Apparently, Zeus said he's number one, and then it's Sanji, and then it's Road. But I think Road, the biggest simp is definitely Sanji, but Road, in this short amount of time, he's doing a good job competing. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But yeah, they see all the damage and everything that happened inside the castle, and they're thinking like, whoa, is this because of like these intruders? But they realize like, no, this has been here for a while. Like, this looks like some really crazy destructive power here. And Rose starts to give us some lore. We're getting some information, kind of like, well, yeah, like King Harold was like renowned as a great warrior, and he's also a descendant and has kind of the bloodline of the ancient giant warriors, which is basically Oars, who have horns and things like that. In the castle, we see a bunch of skeleton remains of other giants and things like that. And apparently that's all occurred because of Loki's fight with King Harold. And the only person who ended up surviving that out of all the giants that was there was my boy Ja Rule. Who knew that you did need to hear what Ja Rule had to say? You know what I mean? So we're learning all that. Luffy is just hype. The fact that Luffy's even thinking about Oars, like Luffy has as a Yonko, as an emperor, is starting to be pay a lot more attention than he used to. You know what I mean? Now he ain't paying the most attention. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna give Luffy that much credit, but he's paying more attention these days, or this arc at least, than he used to. We get a full kind of picture of what King Harold used to look like. We get to see where his horns used to be before he ripped them off. And apparently he ripped these horns off so that because it really represented a much more war-torn era of Elbaf. Like, these are relics of what Elbaf used to be, and that's why he ripped them off. So kind of crazy. I still don't trust King Harold. I still think that, yeah, rightfully so, Loki is trying to make Elbaf great again, right? We all know it, because if there's one thing about monarchs in this series, is everything is never what it seems. When somebody seems too good, they're sus. And when somebody seems too bad, they're actually kind of good, or at least or not as bad. You know what I mean? And so far, Oda is selling us that Loki is a menace. And Loki is a menace in so many other mediums. So it makes sense why we would believe that and why we'd be tricked. But I don't trust King Harold. Why are you trying to make us succumb and be part of the world government? Why are you trying to destroy what Elbaf used to be? My friends, pay attention. Open your eyes. Open your third eye. Try your best to not fall for the propaganda that is being spread through Elbaf. They are making our children weaker. There are only some women who still believe in the strength that Elbaf has to come. The men, we only have a small crew for our new giant warrior pirates, and the best we have is a bunch of boomers running around with Dory and Broggy. We have to do better. We have to do better for Elbaf, y'all. But we are walking around, and then we kind of get some lore also in regards to the King's connection and Hajridin and everything like that, because I was kind of wondering, well, how does Hajridin and Road really end up together? That seems just like Road just seems like such a weirdo, and he seems like everybody be bugging on him, like everybody be like making fun of him and clowning him, and he's kind of just used to it. Well, we found out that Hajridin actually was like the only guy that was nice to him as a kid and was really, really excited to meet him and become friends with him, because he's like, oh my God, you draw these maps. That's so cool. We should hang out. Like, oh my God, like, And then he's like, all right, well, at that point forward, like, I felt connected to Hajridin and I really wanted to help him. and his dream come true, because his dream is to one day be the king of Elbaf, the king of all the giants. You know what I mean? And the reason why he wants that so bad is because we find out that Loki and Hajridin aren't full siblings. They're half siblings. And they have two different mothers. And the reason why Hajridin isn't somebody who's being talked about being king and taking the throne, and why there's not really this it doesn't seem like there's much animosity. We haven't heard Hajridin talk bad about Loki. Obviously, Loki hasn't had time to talk about Hajridin. But the reason being is essentially because Hajridin, I guess, you would call it I thought he was like a Jon Snow, like a bastard child or something. But it turns out his mother was from a different giant country. Who knows where it is? We don't really know too much about any of the other giant countries. But it turns out that it doesn't look good when like a giant from Elbaf marries or like has a kid with a giant from another country, right? So I guess maybe they already didn't like that King Harold did that. Maybe that was a red flag that he did that and had Hajridin. I'm trying to figure out if Hajridin is older than Loki, I believe. If I'm bugging, please let me know. But I believe he's had Hajridin first and then Loki after. But obviously Loki's mom died 1 year like after giving birth to Loki. So Loki has no connection to his mother. So that's why Hajridin is not really an option or has never really been an option spoken about within the country to become the king after Harold. So it kind of sucks. He's kind of just been always looking for this acceptance. And while this conversation is going, like Zoro makes it like a snide remark, like, man, why does it matter? They're giants anyway. Like, why does it matter who you marry? And bro looked at Zoro like, you nigga, you, the minority hunter, you trying to say why does it matter? Humans, y'all be fighting over the land. Like, y'all fight over land. Like, y'all kill each other over land. You can't say anything about giants. And Zoro, I suppose, humbled. Listen, I'm not a Zoro hater, y'all. But it's something about seeing Zoro get humbled by not a Nami or not a Robin that just, it's not like Robin. Robin don't really backtalk him like that. But by not a Nami, love to see it. Your bro had to shut up. Because Zoro, we know you racist. I joke. I kid. But yeah, having a children with a giant from another land taints the blood of Elbaf, right? So people really wasn't banging with that. And that's why Hajridin's not really an option. So Hajridin wants to unite all the giant tribes and become king of the giants. So, you know, like Zoro and Nami, they get it. They're like kind of like, yeah, you know, we ended up following Luffy and we're rocking out with my guy. I'm rocking with Mark because Mark is rocking with us. And they totally understand. And then Luffy, while all of that's going on, finds some giants knocked out. And we know who those giants that were knocked out are. And then we cut to the realm of the dead. Before we go into the realm of the dead, let me read a couple more comments real quick to see what you guys are chopping it up, because I haven't looked the whole time I've been yapping right now. Let's see. God's Knights mobilized. It's Dragon Time. Laughing on this Dragon Time. Boy, I hope. I'm so excited for more Shanks lore from his motions. He said to Sean, he specifically said he was waiting for the God's Knights to mobilize. Bar for bar. That's what Dragon said he was waiting for. Okay. That is. The thing is, can he keep tabs on that? Does he knows when they're going to mobilize? Because, yo, if the war is going down on Elbaf, like, if everything just goes down on Elbaf, that's insane. That's fucking insane, bro. And I almost feel like a lot of the world may have an idea that the Straw Hats went to Elbaf. So it's not impossible for our Grand Fleet to show up here. You know what I mean? He just said that nonsense because he didn't. It was actually going to happen. He's going to be so mad. He actually has to do something now. That's like me saying when pigs fly, you never expect it. Laughing my ass off. That's facts. That's facts, bro. Shaw said, but I'm with you. I need him to start some action. Dragon versus Shamrock, Shanks versus Blackbeard. I'm of the belief, personally, that Blackbeard is going to kill Shanks. At this point, I know we not getting Luffy versus Shanks, like a real life Luffy versus Shanks fight, because I don't want to see them fight for funsies. I don't want to see that, bro. At best, Davy back fight. We not gonna get a real scrap. They got no reason to really scrap, especially because now that we know Shanks is not sus because of this chapter, that it wasn't Shanks that was doing all the sussy-wussy things. It was SHAMROCK. You know what I mean? Let's see. Road and OD Gooner. OD, bro. The Gooner has been wilding. Ever since Marvel Rivals, Goonery has increased, and we need to do something about it. Not only is Elbath becoming worse and it's not great anymore, but Marvel Rivals has raised the level of goonery on the internet. TikTok was deleted because of Marvel Rivals goonery, and then it came back. I'm just yapping, y'all. At this point, I'm just yapping, bro. Let's see. Kaido confirmed an ancient giant, King Harold, about to be called up to the Murray the Murray show, the Maury show. You had me confused. The Murray. I'm like, who the fuck is Murray, bro? I don't know about that. I think Kaido is just confirmed to be an Oni, right? I think that's its own race in itself. At least because it trickles down to Yamato as well. I could be wrong, right? It could be that Kaido has ancient giant blood in him, and maybe that's what leads to like what Onis are. So that, both things could be true. There's no break next week, too. Right? That's what's wicked, y'all. That is what's wicked. There's no break. It didn't say break week. 3 chapters in a row of this? Now, listen. We said last chapter, I said, Oda's about to put his gas on the pedal, bro. We not about to. The only bullshit that Oda can possibly show us at this point in time is not even bullshit. It's either Robin finding out information with Chopper and Bonnie and Saul, or it's gonna be Frankie finding out stuff about the other tree, right? The other Adam tree. Which is not horrible information for us to get. Because the chances of us cutting back to these motherfuckers partying, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Jinbei and Brooke and Usopp on screen shenanigan with the Giants. We good. We don't need to come back to that, y'all. At least not right away. Let's see. Loki gonna start lying to them God's nice for real. He gonna have to, bro. Are the different countries the 3 different levels, like the Underworld, Sun Realm, Heaven Realm, or is it different from that? I believe it's different from that, it's Motions. I believe there are actual other giant countries. We just don't know too much about them, and I guess maybe it's not easy to be found. Like, people don't really like pulling up to countries. I don't think they count the different levels as countries because it's all still Elbaf. You know what I mean? It's just different parts of Elbaf. So, yep, that's all the comments there. Let's cut back to the realm of the Zedo. Guys, Gunko. We have a confirmation on what Gunko's fruit is. I thought it was the mummy fruit. I thought it was the vector fruit. Turns out Gunko has the arrow fruit. And these arrows show the trajectory of her future, and the outcome is unavoidable. Only she can stop it before it happens. And she is torturing Loki. She is cooking Loki with these arrows. She is stabbing him. At this point, now I'm thinking that Gunko was in the room and the person that stabbed Sabo and caught Sabo slipping. Because that's the same like type of look that stabbed through Sabo, right? So, Loki, I don't know if it's because of the bandages. I don't know if he has hockey, or I don't know if he can actually see. But it turns out that he's able to at least predict how Gunko is about to wash him up. I didn't know if it was because he could see the arrows through the bandages, or maybe his observation hockey is just that good. But Gunko's design and fruit, I think, is fire. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If it's one thing Oda knows how to do in One Piece, is the powers, bro. He knows how to make creative devil fruits. Like, has hockey kind of messed up the series a little bit because it's almost turned to Star Wars The Force? I mean, at this point, One Piece has turned to Star Wars The Clone Wars, right? We don't know who's a clone and who's not. Um, I don't know. That's all subjective how people feel about hockey versus devil fruits. But what Gunko is doing here, kicking your boy Loki, washing him up, torturing his animals, making him go through the ringer. Loki is trying to tough it out. His poor bear, the poor bear, the wolf, Fenrir, all of them, they all getting cooked by these arrows. Like, I don't know if these arrows are just like, do these arrows stab you and then she hits you? Like, are you getting hit by the arrows? Do the arrows cause the pain? Like, what exactly is happening here? I don't know. Like, she changes the outcome. Like, it's really confusing. I'm gonna need to watch like a Tekken 101 video or something for somebody to break this down for me. But Loki's not backing down, y'all. He's not backing down. He said, y'all gonna pay for this, bro. And Gungo's like, yo, listen, bro, just become a God's Knight. Just become a God's Knight. Bro's like, nah, I ain't doing that shit. Nah, what's up? What's up? He ain't one of those from Scary Movie, bro. He is feeling it. And then we start to enter the final parts of the chapter. We see Loki's little dog, his little wolf, down bad with an arrow through him. We see a shadowy figure, 2 hands out, y'all. We see the blade from the panel of when we got the final board of everybody who is going to be racing for the One Piece. Tells Gunko, it's all right. Chill out. And then, boom, Oda gives us the panel. We get the reveal of our boy Fingerling Shamrock, Captain of the God's Knight, a world noble, son of Elder Fingerling Garland. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. The design, the fit, the 2 hands, the long locks, the luscious hair. This is sexy Shanks. I'm just saying. Shamrock is sexy Shanks. He's sexy Shanks. Shanks look like he might stink a little bit. He look like he don't shower. This nigga look like he wear parfum. He looking like he wearing Bond number 9. He wearing some Dior, some Chanel number 5. Shamrock is wearing something. You know what I mean? You see the little ascot? You see that? My son Rapier on deck? Listen, I don't want to overglaze Shamrock design, but Oda did a good job. He even got like a little braid, my nigga. He even got a little braid. He a bad bitch. Shamrock is a bad bitch, y'all. I don't know if I hate him yet. We gotta see. Hopefully he has some good lines. But Shamrock pulls up on the screen. He said, you know what? Let's change our tact. Let's contact Mary Joie. Listen, maybe this is a dub. I thought that this would be useful. I even went to them before and to the girls say back in the reverie and let them know like, hey, I want to talk to you about a certain pirate. I let them know what I wanted to do to maybe recruit this guy, but this is not going to go as I wanted it to. So he's not yielding, even if he's gonna die. So at this point, what, y'all gonna chalk up to like you're gonna hope for the best? Nah. It's time to mobilize. It's time to mobilize the God's Knights. We all pulling up. We pulling up. F it. F it. Right? So Loki is also saying, long ago, the Savage Warriors of Elbaf dominated the New World. No, not Loki saying that, but Shamrock is saying it to Loki. He's like, hey, long ago, yeah, the Savage Warriors of Elbaf dominated the New World. They could not, they owned everything. The world government will bring them to heel no matter what. Locked in. Like saying, like, we're not gonna fail. This is us. We got this, y'all. Guys. Oda is cooking, yo. Elbaf, yo, when we got to Egghead Island, y'all, none of us expected it to be. 1, we didn't expect we was going to Egghead Island. 2, we didn't expect Egghead Island was gonna be the type of gassery that it was. We heard that Lucci and Kaku and them was showing up, and we thought maybe that would show up a little bit later. No, them niggas showed up right away. We saw that Saturn and Borsellino was showing up, and maybe they show up a little bit later. Nah, them niggas showed up right away. And we thought it was just going to be that. And then all the 5 elders showed up. At this point, we have to not think that there is going to be that many more islands we are visiting, or this story is going to last that long. Oda is moving, y'all. Oda is moving. I'm going to read a couple more comments before I give my final thoughts on the chapter in regards to a rating and everything else like that. Let's see. It's full throttle time now. Ragnarok is upon us. I feel like Luffy is going to know right away it's not Shanks, while everyone else might fall for it. His aura will be different. Sean, how smart do you think Luffy really is? Oda likes to do gags and jokes, bro. This ain't JJK. This ain't Naruto. Luffy is going to be the one to fall for it right away, not thinking about it at all, and then have to be corrected by somebody pointing out to him, hey, doesn't Shanks have a scar and one less arm? You think you think Luffy is way too smart. Way too smart, my guy. Let's see. I'm trying to get a devil fruit synopsis on that fruit, right? The arrow fruit is absolutely bananas. I have no idea. It's a sure hit, seems like. And I said the same thing about the arrow as well. Yeah, the shit is confusing. What, it's an automatic crit? Like every time she's like, yeah, I'm going to get crit. I'm going to hit a crit no matter what. That shit is crazy. Do we think Shamrock has a devil fruit too, or just pure hockey based? I think it would be interesting if Shamrock does have a devil fruit, especially because the fact that Shanks does not. I think that's a good way to really give a difference in the type of character and the way they move and their way about doing things. I'm just saying. Shamrock got the wavy hair. I kind of like his name too. He got all the sauce. Nah, bro is aura farming. I hate that I'm saying that now because fucking TikTok and all these fucking Gen Z kids got me saying aura farming. It's fucking, oh God, aura farming. All trends come and die after a while, and everything they just steal is a bunch of black people language. We already know Gen Z language is basically AAVE. But yes, Shamrock is aura farming, y'all. Let's see, what else? What's good? It's your boy Aldi. What's good, Aldi? Drea said he looks like a Shamrock, your girl. She nasty. Keep her away from my One Piece. She's tainting it. Nah, we all be tainting One Piece. We all nasty work. Nah, I want to have hockey only. Okay. I think that the hockey only approach seems very anti-world government, right? I think the fact that Shanks is so hockey only, it would make sense for. So I got my own thoughts on who Shamrock and Shanks and how their relationship works. But if this person looks like Shanks and is kind of a copy, maybe Shanks is a clone of Shamrock and he was offered as a prize on God Valley. That's why he was in the treasure chest, and that's how Roger found him on God Valley. Maybe that's why. Maybe Shanks is the original and Shamrock is an enhanced clone version of Shanks, right? And Shanks is considered like a failure, and they threw him out the same way Sanji was given away by Judge, right? We've seen these themes played before when it comes to parentage and things like that, and what makes somebody a parent. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's, how that would go. It could be a clone, right? It could be clones, and it could be just like they are actually related, and they just thought. But Shanks was like a baby. So thinking that Shanks was like weak already, or at least it's like useless, would be very, very interesting. So maybe they cloned him and offered him as a prize. That could be an option, right? But I think that thematically it fits if not a devil fruit, he definitely is not only hockey based. Because if he's only hockey based, then it's basically just Shanks with 2 arms. It's the same character, right? It has to do something that Shanks can't do. We see Shanks' hockey feats already. I just don't really see why duplicate Shanks' abilities as well. You know what I mean? We already got a Shanks lookalike. You want him to do everything Shanks can do? I want him to do something different. To make it more interesting, he has to do something different than Shanks, in my opinion. Its motion says, next island gotta be Laugh Tale. I won't say gotta be Laugh Tale. I don't like to live in absolutes. It could be Laugh Tale. Could be. I will never say it's gotta be. You know what I mean? Though he is weakened because of the chains. Let's see. Gunko is kind of strong because she's making him drew blood. Yeah, I mean, he is saying that he's only getting washed up because he's chained up. But Gunko's definitely, if Gunko's a God's Knight and was also able to stab through Sabo, in which we're thinking, then Gunko's not no chump. You know what I mean? Let's see. Oda is a huge fan of Star Wars. It seems like hockey is definitely stronger and more important than people think. Well, I think that's the problem, right? Hockey, like, everybody, I think, for the most part, at least knows Star Wars lore. He definitely has taken some ideas from it. Just like even in Berserk, right? Berserk, the guy who created Kentaro Miura loves Star Wars. He has mad Star Wars references. We gotta remember how old Star Wars is. We're talking about OG retro Star Wars, not this more recent trilogy, not the shows currently airing on Disney Plus. Star Wars came out in what, the 70s? It's been around for a long time. We're talking about half a decade. It's a half a decade over that. No, half a decade. Half a century old series. You know what I mean? So it's not impossible for him to get these themes from it. We all know, I don't think there's anybody who thinks hockey's not important. It's been kind of thrown in our face, like bashing your face. And if you do think otherwise, you're not fucking paying attention, which honestly, a lot of One Piece fans can't pay attention to every single detail, which is totally fine. Like Kaido has reiterated it to us. We see with Shanks' crew how that operates. We see, like, we know. I don't think it's really necessary just going over anybody's head. You know what I mean? Let's see. Shamrock did like his twin brother, so he stuffed them in the treasure chest. But he's just a baby. He's just a baby. I don't think there's a chance he's a clone, especially since Vegapunk is the one doing the cloning. I will say don't rule it out because you don't know. Most technologies have existed in the past and are only now being rediscovered in the future. And we did see that even years ago when Emeth went to Mary Joie, there were already scientists there kind of doing scientist-y things. So we can't say that necessarily Vegapunk is the only person who can do cloning, right? Judge was kind of able to do it, you know what I mean? So it's not something that only Vegapunk can do. And I think because of how much Oda has been talking about clones and talking about the humanity of clones and what makes you really a human and bringing up over and making us question it. Like the fact that we've been questioning Edward Weevil's parentage this whole time, whether he really is Newgate's son, right? And the fact that we know Miss Buckin has a clone named Stussy leads me to believe, like, okay, it's not impossible that, you know, Newgate can also be like a failed clone experiment of Newgate, which still technically, I guess, would make him his son because he has the DNA. If you do a DNA test, it's going to match. You know what I mean? So it's not impossible that Weevil's a clone. I just think that we should pay a lot more attention to this clone thing because it's going to lead to a lot of people getting tricked. It also doesn't help that Canaria Devon also touched Saturn because so now she's able to copy him. Like there's going to be like a lot of deceit and conniving things happening, you know, as we get more into the story and people start really trying to trick people. You know what I mean? Let's see. Maybe the Straw Hats meet up with Law after Elbaf. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Straw Hats meeting back up with Law and Kid. One, I don't want to see that. We just got out of Wano. I don't want to see these. We spent from Punk Hazard all the way up to Wano with Law and Luffy being together. I get it. I'm a Law fan too, y'all. I like seeing Law on screen. But y'all don't think that's overkill? Y'all don't think that's overkill for Law to rejoin up with the Straw Hats with Beppo again? My preference would be, hey, maybe Law gets desperate and decides to join Cross Guild. He doesn't necessarily have a beef with Mihawk. He doesn't necessarily have a beef with Buggy. And he doesn't necessarily have a beef with Crocodile. Just saying. That, it could be Law. It could be Boa Hancock. It could be these people joining Cross Guild, emulating a second coming of the Rock's Pirates, given that I think Buggy is actually Roxy Zebek's ancestor, and Roxy Zebek is just as sus and as scary as Buggy, because he was nowhere to be seen on God's Island. I mean, on God Valley. You know what I mean? So that's just me there. Kid is still dead for me, right? It's Motions, I feel the same way. Why do you want Kid to come back? At this point, you want Kid to come back for fun. What does it do for the story? What does it do for the story, y'all? How does that progress the story? It does nothing. We already seen the final chessboard. Just let Kid be dead. We are at the end of One Piece, y'all. Do we want people to die or not? I'm just saying. Do we want people to die in this series or not? Because if you don't, then I don't want to hear anybody complain about deaths anymore. If this is what if y'all want Big Mom to be alive, y'all want Kid to be alive, and if they both end, like, why? Why do you want that? People are already disappointed about Kuma being alive or being somewhat alive. People are already upset, kind of, that Vegapunk gets to live and come back in his older body because of a clone. We are trying to end One Piece, y'all. Oda's trying to end One Piece. I'm not saying this as a fan because, I want more One Piece. I'm saying this as, I know that man has been doing this for close to 30 years. Oda's been doing this longer than most of y'all been alive. Oda's health has been deteriorating. Oda is trying to focus on so much other things. Just let bro die. Let bro wrap the story up, guys. Let bro go to the conclusion. Let him remove pieces from the chessboard. It's okay. It's okay. Bro said it's the big three. Okay, and big threes end, my G. Bleach, the manga ended. The anime is about to reach its final season. Naruto, the manga ended. The anime ended. Boruto, big threes die. The Heat separated. The Golden State Warriors are no longer a dynasty. They end. All things have to come to an end. One Piece has to come to an end, y'all. Why y'all keep coming up with ideas that make the story either worse or longer? Oh, Kid hater, 100%. I'm a Kid hater. He does nothing for the story, bro. Adding him back. Coming back does nothing. I think his arc was perfect. Bro was completely a savage. He had a higher bounty than Luffy coming into the series at Sabaody. Then we get to the time skip. He gets humbled multiple times. Then he gets tricked and betrayed by Scratchman Apu and Hawkins. Well, Hawkins just switches sides. He gets tricked by Scratchman Apu. And then he gets trapped in Wano. Luffy saves him in Wano, whatever. They get into the thing, right? They do all of this colluding together. He works together with Law to defeat an Emperor of the Sea, finally, after getting his ass cooked by Ben Beckman and barely making it through Cracker and the Sweet Commanders and shit like that, apparently. Teamed up with Law because it took two of them to beat Big Mom, got big for his britches, and then got humbled by Shanks. What more do y'all want from this nigga? He got sent into the water with him and his crewmate, and y'all want him to come back and do what? And do what? And do what? Do what, y'all? Do what? Because you just want him there? Y'all niggas just want people there to be there. Y'all just want people there to be there. I'm done. I'm done ranting. Let's see. Let me see what y'all saying as I went on my little Kid rant. Don't disrespect Kid like that. Yeah, whatever. I respect every one character. No, I don't want people to die. You don't want nobody to die. That's shenanigans, my G. That's a lie. Pell should have died. Some people believe Saul should have been dead. People believe Pound should have died. People should die in a story. There should be consequences to you. That's the problem with this fucking generation. A lot of y'all don't know the fucking definition of fucking around and finding out. Y'all always gotta just keep on getting humbled and finding out. I don't need to fuck around and find out. Kid, he fucked around and he found out. He got lucky a bunch of times fucking around and finding out. And this time, he didn't get lucky, bro. And it's okay. They showed him drowning and they show a law get away. What is the point? We already know law's alive. Take your law W and walk away. Take your law W and walk away. That's all I'm saying. It's Motions. I'm the #1 kid hater. I got no problem with anything in One Piece. People do not know what they want right here. Y'all with names got I'm not in the y'all. Kid hater spotted. We out here, bro. Kid can stay under the water. I can't wait for y'all faces when he comes back. Listen, and if he does come back, niggas is gonna call that trash. That's trash, bro. That's trash writing. Why do all of that? It waters down the Shanks moment. It waters down being completely obliviated. Come on, bro. Come on. Come on. Wise bro keeps saying, "Yeah." Owl, you said you... What you mean? How you not in y'all? What you mean? You said it first. You trying to gaslight me? he trying to gaslight me. If Kid comes back, in my opinion, it ruins his perfect character arc and end personality. He's not even a D. He's not even a D. Tell all this to Oda, not me. Nah, you Oda. You Aldi Zoda. That's who you are now, bro. But overall, I thought this was a really, really good chapter. I had a lot of fun with the lore, learning all that and the Straw Hat interactions, seeing Nami, Zoro, and Luffy together as our trio. We haven't seen just those three in, I don't know, since Syrup Village. Just those three. I can't remember the last time I just seen those three doing things. And Road tagging along is, it's kind of fun. It adds an interesting dynamic. He's like the replacement Sanji simp for Nami in this moment. Watching Loki really try to like hunker down and taking this ass whooping from the Gods Knights has been an interesting thing to watch. I know he's not going to crack, but I don't know how much more his animals is going to be able to handle, how much more suffering they're going to be able to handle. I don't know. Getting the confirmation of Gunko's devil fruit being the arrow fruit. I don't get it. It's cool. Gunko's a cool character, cool design. I like the way that she's all fucking business. No games. I like that about her. But I don't know. I don't know how this arrow fruit works. They explained it. But I'm gonna need to watch somebody else's YouTube video who's better at explaining and understanding One Piece than I do, because I'm just here reacting and yapping. You know what I mean? The fingerling Shamrock reveal, the design, the little braid in the hair, the long, luscious locks, 2 hands, no scar, clean fit, long boots, handkerchief looking like Fred from Scooby-Doo. Good design. His cool demeanor, the way he said, nah, he really believes in the world government. He's really on that time and like, yo, we're going to run everything. This was a really good chapter, y'all. The setup, and there's no break next week. Gotta give it an 8 out of 10. I gotta give it an 8 out of 10. It's last chapter and this chapter consistent 8 out of 10s, and I feel like that's all you can ask for, right? That's all you can ask for. This could have been a bullshit chapter. Not that it could have been, but there's always opportunities that Oda can give us a bullshit chapter. We're like, oh God, really, bro? What did we do with this, right? Who knows? So I'm gonna give chapter 1137 8 out of 10. Let me read these last couple comments before I start to end this stream. Ali Zoni, he'll come back with... No, he did not. I'm not reading this. Not even reading this, Al. This is an L paragraph. Great L BAF chapter is Motions. L paragraph, Al. You did a bad job there. I love you for being here, but these niggas is not... No! These niggas don't need advanced conquerors. Y'all trying to hand it out like Laffy Taffies in the corner store. Y'all trying to hand out advanced conquerors like them little strawberry candies that none of us know the name of, that all of our grandparents and our mothers used to carry in their purses. What do they call it? Strawberry bonbons or some shit like that? That's how we hand out advanced conquerors now? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Y'all want the story to last so much longer. He trying to add you trying to add an extra 50 chapters to One Piece. That shit's crazy. But this is a really fun chapter. We haven't streamed this long for a chapter in probably since 1107, I think, or 1105. I'm trying to think what's the chapter with Kuma backstory. I think that's the last time I streamed the chapter for this long. I was crying during that one. That shit broke me. But this is really, really good. Good reveals. I can't believe we waited like damn near 230 chapters for this confirmation on what is the deal with Shanks. But this is some good stuff. So if you guys enjoyed this stream and you want to see me talk more about this chapter on Sunday, make sure you guys subscribe to Moon Piece Podcast. We will be doing another live read-through, but it's a group of us. It'll be me, Danny. We actually have a special guest, Chinstant Noodles. We've actually had him on the podcast before. And Sean will actually be back. Sean Don, who's in the chat somewhere. I don't know if he's on the chat right now, but he will be joining us on that stream as well. So it'll be 4 of us because this is a big chapter, right? So I think we need a lot of us to talk about this on Sunday. So check out Moon Piece Podcast if you want to see that. Also, our regular episodes have me and my co-host Danny and Kimmy, as usual. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell to get notified for more content I put out. Leave a like. And if you're watching this after the fact, leave a comment and let me know your thoughts on chapter 1137. So, on that note, y'all, SHAMROCK, enjoy your life.